Welcome guys to a new video of Amsterdam vintage watches. My name is Ramon van der Lee, also known as Ramon Soprano. And if you've been following our Instagram story, you know that you could also call me your champagne papi. I did not get this nickname though. However, the person we're talking about today, or at least the watches of the person we're talking about today, is dubbed the champagne papi. Of course, we're talking about Drake. Like I just said, today we're going to analyze the watch collection of rapper, songwriter and actor Drake. He was born in 1986 in Canada and he surely has an expensive collection. Most of his watches are not that nice, however, we think it's worth it to discuss them in this video. First, I will start with a wrist check of myself. I'm wearing the 16600, the Sea Dweller, and this is not your daily, your average, your normal Sea Dweller. It's a Comex Sea Dweller. And usually I wear suits, so I usually also wear the dress watches. This is also where my preference lays. However, whenever I get the chance to wear some casual outfits, like a hoodie or streetwear if you like, I really like to sport a sporty watch. And I think this Sea Dweller looks really well. Drake is often spotted with the three brands Rolex, AP, and Richard Mille. And today we will discuss these three brands and the watches that he wears the most. The first watch that we'll discuss today is the Oyster Quartz, and specifically the Datejust Oyster Quartz. Reference 17013 or 17014. We're not sure because the picture was black and white, so we could not see whether it was about a gold and steel Datejust Oyster Quartz or a fully steel Oyster Quartz Datejust. However, it's a watch that we really like at Amsterdam Vintage Watches, and at a price of 4,000 euros, this is his cheapest watch. He was spotted wearing this watch in the beginning of his career, and it's clearly visible that he was looking up to his idol Tupac, as Tupac also wore an Oyster Quartz. Drake is also seen with a Yachtmaster 2, a watch that is recognizable by its ugly blue bezel and also its ridiculous size, 44 millimeters. I still can't understand why people would wear a watch that big. His example was also fully gold, which makes this piece stand out even more, though in a negative way. The reference 116688 is priced at 40,200 euros. And this is a price that, in my honest opinion, I would never pay for it. Drake is also often seen with a Day-Day 2, 41 millimeters, and the Day-Day 2 is in itself an ugly watch. However, Drake also added a aftermarket bezel, and here I got to quote his colleague rapper Jay-Z, "Those ain't Rolex diamonds. What the fuck you done to that?" We have seen him with various Daytonas, and one of them is a rose gold Daytona, reference 116505, a pretty nice watch. Price of this stunner, 34,000 euros. During his career, he sort of developed his taste. So after Rolex, he went to Audemars Piguet, or AP. We start with the AP Royal Oak Offshore Self-Winding Tourbillon, a watch that is priced at 273,000 euros. It was introduced in 2011 by AP and limited to 50 pieces only. The watch has a mega tapisserie dial, ceramic hands, pushers and a crown. And something that is quite bold, AP chose to produce this watch in a case made of carbon. The second AP that Drizzy Drake often sports is a normal Royal Oak, rose gold, 41 millimeters, with a black alligator leather strap. At a price of around 30,000 euros, this might be his cheapest AP, but we think it's the best he ever had. The last AP that we'll discuss is the Royal Oak Tourbillon Ultra Thin, a really nice watch in 18 karat rose gold, specially produced for the American luxury watch store Westtime, limited to 25 pieces only, and a really unique example. It has a normal case size of 41 millimeters. However, the thickness of the case is only 8.85 millimeters. So if you've finished the Rolex game, you've had AP, and also bought some Pateks, what is your next step? Well, probably you have enough money, so it's not about that. However, you're looking for something more exclusive, something that your colleagues, or your fellow rappers in this case, don't have. And of course, then you select Richard Mille. We have seen Drake with several Richard Milles. They're all ugly. However, let's start with the ugliest one, the Richard Mille RM11, the baby blue ceramic edition. And one thing is sure, this definitely was not God's plan. It's an ugly watch in an ugly color, baby blue, ceramic case, baby blue, rubber strap. The price is 120,000 euros, and we'll start with this one because it's the ugliest one. And then to the second pinball machine, Richard Mille, the RM35, also known as the Rafael Nadal edition. Why? Because this is the watch that is sturdy enough that Rafael Nadal can play tennis with. It's an ugly watch, however, we do have to say that mechanically speaking, it's really nice constructed. It's a carbon watch, fully skeleton dial, so it really looks like a pinball machine, and it's really robust. Limited to 50 pieces and priced at 120,000 euros. The last Richard Mille we're discussing today is also the nicest one, the RM69, also known as the erotic watch. It doesn't look that nice, however, I did some research on the erotic watches and it seems it has quite some history. It all started 200 years ago with erotic images on the dial and case back. And now Richard Mille gave it or made it his own. Instead of pornographic images, this watch displays an erotic text. It has a titanium case and limited to 20 pieces. This watch costs 650,000 euros. And of course, for that price, it also includes a tourbillon. Most rappers wear Patek, but Drake doesn't. We have seen him a couple of times with a 5980. However, this one was fully aftermarket diamond set, so we think that's bullshit. And we do not really want to dive deeper into it in this video. So guys, this was my fourth video and my first one in English. Started from the bottom and now I'm here. If you happen to like it, please put a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next time.